Hello everyone, this is Josh Perkins and this video is part of my brain tumor surgery recovery in my GoFundMe. It's also an update about my health and my life in general. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for watching the video. It might be a long video because I want to tell you everything that has happened and that is happening and that will happen in the future. Currently, I want to talk about my health, which is basically my pathology report, which was taken during my surgery or after my surgery back in April the 10th of this year, 2017, where the doctors at the Baylor Medical Center in Dallas, Texas, will actually look at the cells and the DNA of the tumor to find out what's wrong with it and how to cure the cancer and keep it from killing you in the future. My report results were that I have IDH1 and P53 mutation in the genes of my grade 2 astrocytoma tumor and a loss of the nuclear ATRX expression. With those three combinations, it's likely that the tumor will grow back faster and be much more severe than the first tumor. But that's okay. I'm not so worried about that, and I'll tell you why later. Something that I'm very happy about is the Foundation 1 pathology report that a wonderful young woman that I am deep friends with, that I met on my brain tumor support group on Facebook. She lives in California and has the identical pathology report, the same gene mutations, which the IDH1 specifically 0.006% of people annually in the United States have that type of mutation, so it's very, very rare. But the Foundation 1 pathology report accepted 100% price approval to find out if there's any more mutations, and they're very well advanced. My doctor has already signed off on the paperwork, and they will, Foundation 1, contact our pathology report in Baylor Medical Center here in Dallas to get a copy of my DNA of the tumor, send them to Maryland, and they'll run the test and send it back. And then my doctor will go from there after I'm done with my chemo in March, my chemotherapy medication, and find out what the best way it is to treat me to keep my tumor from growing back and keep the cancer from killing me. And that's fantastic. It makes me feel so great. I love it. I'm so happy about Foundation 1. What do I do? On a weekly basis, I go to a counselor who's very helpful emotionally. He lives here in Louisville. His name is Jonathan, and I love him dearly. He's a great man. He's given me amazing goals, and I see him indefinitely. In other words, I'm not quite sure when my PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, will heal or if it ever will, I am feeling better than I did back in April, May, June, July. It's still taking me a while to get to progress through my recovery. Um, Another great news is December the 19th, I did my MRI, which I do every 8 weeks, with fluid also, to find out if I have a tumor regrowth, and there was no regrowth. So I'm very happy about that. It's only been 8 months since the surgery, but that's fantastic. No regrowth. Um, as far as the chemo, it kicked in around, what, 7:45, 15 minutes ago. Sorry about that. But I've been on that. I only have 3 more months of chemo, and then we'll go from there. In other words, see how my health is, if the tumor has regrown, what the Foundation 1 pathology report finds, if there's any other mutations, what kind of treatment to keep them from making a different kind of tumor, which is more severe than the grade 2 astrocytoma, etc. So we'll just go until March, the week of March the 19th. From there, and I'll finish the chemo Timidar medication and go from there with Dr. Fink, which I also love. As far as what am I doing labor or working wise, I'm working part-time at Walmart, which is only half a mile down the road, which is fantastic. Um, I'm very excited about that job because they treat me amazingly. I love talking to so many people because that helps me to improve my emotions, my speech, and also my memory. So that's helping me on the things that have been damaged. And also they offer, drum roll, Aetna insurance. Now, that is something that covers a precondition, and my precondition being my brain cancer is amazing. That is fantastic, and I am so lucky and happy and want to continue working at Walmart indefinitely. Now, another thing that I really love is my dog Lily. I've had her since 2008 in April. Actually, almost the same time as I had my brain tumor removed, the date of her birth. But back in 2008 in South Korea, and I flew her over here. Well, I didn't, but she came over in a plane with me. And so I've had her for 9 years now, and I need her more now than I ever did before, and I really love her. And she feels more love for me than she ever did before. And we're just connected. It's amazing. Another thing that is going on that is fantastic, and I'm very excited about it, is I'm waiting for the Social Security disability forms to be analyzed and approved. I've already sent them in everything that they needed. Doctor's reports, forms, everything. And that'll take around 4 months. So no big rush. I'm just glad that they have everything they need and they're processing it. So that's another good news. In August, the middle of August of this year, I did get thumbprinted and fill out online the State Board of Pharmacy, the Pharmacy Technician Trainee Certificate. it was finally approved this month, and it is valid all the way until December of 2019, which means I can still work at Walmart and just move over to the pharmacy technician position. The pay is just a little bit more than what I'm currently making, but I will get to work with medication and learn more about what I'm going to say next, medication, health, etc. So that's really good. I like it, but I'm not going to work towards that currently. I'm going to wait until after the chemo because I like talking to more people because I need to work on my social skills, my speech, and my memory and my emotions more than anything. Now, something that my counselor, Jonathan, has told me and is actually fantastic, and I have two of them that I've written down, and one of them that pops into my head and was advised by him and two of my friends are called SMART goals. Now, my SMART goal that is very important that I've been working on for a long time now is become a medical doctor by 2025 with focus on genetics and physical chemistry. Now, I was never really interested in those two areas, but believe it or not, from day 2 of my surgery, April the 12th to be specific, I have been obsessed with genetics. Not in a negative way at all. I just want to know everything about genetics and chemistry and how to heal myself and how to heal others. And that's why I want to be a medical doctor, to cure people's brain cancer and to also cure any kind of cancer they have, and to create medication that maybe has not ever been created or modify it to heal them. So that is my goal by 2025, because I have to take a lot of undergrad math, science, biology, etc. courses that I didn't take in undergrad or graduate school, and then I'll go from there. My second SMART goal that I did write down and have been working on, because you do a SMART goal on however long you say the date is, but also on a monthly, a weekly, and a daily basis, is become a motivational speaker by December 2018 with a topic about healing. Now, the way I do that is I write a daily journal. Mainly the journal is not just about motivational speaking, but also to help me feel better and to improve my memory, for example, go deal with my stress, but also just talk about day-by-day things. So that's my goal. And also this video, I'm going to start making videos about motivational speaking, about healing, talk about all the positive things I've done to help me feel better and to help others feel better is my goal. A third SMART goal, which I haven't written down yet, but this is something that my counselor and my best friends have also given me advice to do, is publish an autobiography using my journal notes, which I think is great because, without exaggerating, because I've counted the words on just one page, and that's what I write every day. I write 2 computer typed pages per day, and I write them with a pen. I don't type them. So I already have around 40 pages if you were to type them in a computer. Once I reach 100 pages, I'm going to write a new SMART goal, and once I reach 300 pages, I'm going to start editing it, and once it gets to 600, I'm going to narrow it down and publish the book. And it's going to just be an autobiography about my surgery, from day one of my surgery all the way until the date of my publication. Those are my current SMART goals. What else do I do on a daily basis? I read journal articles on the National Institute of Health, mainly about the genetics, the genes in my pathology report, and what is the future, because the IDH1 was discovered only in 2009, so it's very unique in our scientific understanding. But I want to know more about it. How can I heal? And I also read novels about genetics. The first one that I finished was The Gene, and that was by, oh, I can't pronounce his name, Siddhartha Mukherjee, some Indian author, who is a very good author, and the book is fantastic. My current book is DNA, The Secret of Life. Oh, sorry. Siddhartha, he won the Pulitzer Prize, not for this book, but for his previous book. And also, he is a medical doctor who treats cancer. This book is DNA, The Secret of Life, and that is published by Dr. James Watson. He won the Nobel Prize. That's the second book I'm currently reading. The book I want to read after that is Physics of the Future, written by a theoretical, not physician, but it's the memory. A theoretical the people who do stuff in space that starts with a P. I can't remember. Anyways, he is Michio Kaku. He's a very famous, physicist, theoretical physicist, and he's brilliant. And it looks really interesting. The future of the mind, physics of the future of the mind. I really want to read that. That's going to be after the DNA book. Then I'm going to go back to DNA, Dr. James Watson, the double helix DNA. This is an old book, but then they republished it in 2012 to make it more colorful. And then I'm going to read a book given to me by my good dear friend Chad, and this one is Blessed with a Brain Tumor. We'll see how that goes. And in between, like I said, I read journals on the National Institute of Health. As soon as my Foundation 1 pathology report comes back, any new mutations that they find, I'm going to read those articles too. Now, other than that, as far as my GoFundMe, once again, thank you very much for all the donations that I've been given. It's mainly for pay for my doctors, which I see on a monthly basis, the neuro-oncologist, my chemotherapist, Dr. Fink in Baylor Medical Center in Dallas, to pay for the MRIs, to pay for the pharmacy prescriptions, also to go to recovery visits with the counselor, which is something I need to do every week, and my monthly living expenses until I'm able to work full-time. I am working part-time, but that's more for recovering, like I said, my memory, emotions, and speech. Once again, I want to thank you very much for watching the video, and I am very happy, and I hope you have had a Merry Christmas and a blessed and Happy New Year.